Hello my fellow smug ones, I hope you're all okay. Well, it looks like Ofcom has finally had enough of the BBC. Let's begin. Okay, as many of you will know, I don't actually have a dedicated upload schedule, so the best way to see my videos as soon as I put them online is by clicking that subscribe button and notification bell. Okay, this story is from The Express and it says, BBC warned against letting presenters set out personal opinions in a new bias report. Well, it looks like we're finally about to get somewhere with this, doesn't it? The BBC do need to sort out their bias, in my opinion. The BBC has been warned its presenters should remain impartial during their monologues, following accusations that Emily Maitlis had made biased judgments. Now, as the BBC is public funded, they have to be impartial because there's different opinions on all different sides. However, quite often, in my opinion, the BBC always seems to side with one side of the argument. And some of their presenters who are also on that side of things constantly seem to keep giving their opinion on things as if it's fact, when in fact it's their opinion. And that really does need to stop, doesn't it? Ofcom advised the corporation its hosts should not project their political views during their monologues, trying to catch the audience's attention, according to The Telegraph. The broadcaster had already come under fire after Newsnight presenter Emily Maitlis' controversial opening speech about Dominic Cummings driving 260 miles to County Durham during lockdown. And I had seen clips of this, and in my opinion, that was done in a very one-sided angle against the government. Don't get me wrong, I'm not excusing Dominic Cummings' actions. He shouldn't have drove all that way to test his eyesight. I mean, that's what Specsavers are for. However, she should have remained impartial. The communications regulator told the BBC its journalists should not inadvertently give the impression of setting out personal opinions or views. Referring to the Miss Maitlis case, Ofcom wrote in a report the presenter took a particular position on the events, which was subject of controversy and debate. For example, that Mr Cummings had broken lockdown rules. And as I said, she reported it as if he had, and at the time that was still not clear. I'm guessing Emily Maitlis thought she was on Twitter rather than her own BBC Newsnight. The presenter's opening remarks had the potential to be perceived by some viewers as an expression of her personal views on a matter of major political controversy and major matter relating to current public policy. And this is where they need to be really careful, because if she is given her opinion, she is basically saying that the BBC is on that side of things, regardless of the BBC's opinion themselves. If memory serves me well, which occasionally it does, this happened around August-September time last year. And I'm sure there's plenty of things the BBC has done since then, which Ofcom will also be interested in. And they obviously do need to look at this. That is, unless you're Gary Lineker, because it quite often seems he can say what he likes on either the BBC or Twitter and nothing ever seems to get done about it, does it? But it doesn't just stop at Ofcom with the BBC, because according to the Express again, the campaign group Defund the BBC has accused the corporation of pushing an anti-unionist narrative after one of its presenters backed SNP leader Nicola Sturgeon on social media. And the BBC cannot carry on this way. Why should loads of us, who never seem to agree with the BBC because they always seem to take the other side, constantly have their opinion shoved down our throats, it seems? We shouldn't, should we? Scottish presenter Edith Bowman was accused of breaching BBC impartiality rules when she posted a series of tweets criticising SNP's cross-examinations of Miss Sturgeon and calling for more focus on misuse of funds by Boris Johnson and the Conservative Party. Defund the BBC said it was not surprised by Miss Bowman's tweets, which fly in the face of director Tim Davies' pledge to clamp down on political outbursts on social media by the broadcaster's presenters. And you would have thought that these presenters would have learned way back in August-September time when Emily Maitlis got told off about the comments she made. But it never seems they do, does it? It never seems they do at all. The campaign group's director, Rebecca Ryan, said Edith Bowman's aggressively pro-separatist tweets were unsurprising. The BBC continually pushes an anti-unionist narrative, and they shouldn't, should they? We are the United Kingdom, and as far as the BBC is concerned, we should stay the United Kingdom. They shouldn't give their opinions on things, they should just report the facts of things. Their arrogance and disregard for the people forced to fund them if they watch any live TV means they feel no qualms about wading into matters as serious as those involving a parliamentary inquiry. They should stay out of it, completely out of it. And in this day and age, it seems completely ridiculous how we have to pay one company if we want to watch another company's TV channel live. Why should we? We shouldn't. It's ridiculous. It needs to be scrapped and stopped as soon as possible. Director Tim Davies' PR spin about addressing presenters' bias on Twitter. This is just another example of the BBC taking public funds and delivering division and disappointment. And she's right, isn't she? Tim Davie needs to sort this out. We've heard the big bluster of like, yes, we'll do it. But when is he actually going to put his foot down and sort something out and actually give these presenters disciplinaries or some sort of version of that? They need to be told, they need to be warned to stop. Public money funds them. They can't continue to keep giving their own opinions on matters which could perceive to make the BBC on one side of the argument when it shouldn't be. A spokesman for Miss Bowman, who has been a familiar face and voice on the BBC for 2 decades, said, "Edith is not a BBC employee, so we will not be given any lines on this." The BBC said Miss Bowman is a freelance presenter who works occasionally for the broadcaster, so it would not intervene. And this is so wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that people shouldn't have free speech. Of course people should have free speech. However, when you're a national broadcaster and the public funds you, if the presenters say their opinions, it could be perceived as taking one side over the other, when that should not be the case when you're funded by the public. But a spokesman insisted the BBC has repeatedly made it clear we take impartiality very seriously. All of our presenters are in the process of undertaking impartiality training, and also their other course as well on how to drink water. I made a video on that and you can see that just there. And I wonder if it is as good as that course as well. However, they do need to sort this out. They can't have one rule for one and one rule for the other. They should have their contracts written or rewritten, which says if you present a show on the BBC cannot be made to look like it's taking sides. But the corporation's comment sparked a backlash on social media. That's probably because it doesn't seem like they're doing anything, does it? One critic tweeted, "I'm surprised the BBC staff feel so free to express their biases when faced with the punishment of being reprimanded of impartiality rules." And what are those punishments? Just a quick slap on the wrist? "Oh, you've been told, don't do it again." Nothing probably happens, does it? Nothing at all. There's no limited, I think they mean limit, as to how many times one person can receive this harsh response. Emily Maitlis needs to be reminded of the rules every week. Yeah, it often seems that way, doesn't it? And yet she's still on the show and still giving people her opinions, it seems. Another says, "Seems as if there are too many freelancers at the BBC who it appears can't be controlled." And this is why I'm guessing they are quite a lot, because they think, oh, that's okay, no, I don't want to work for you, BBC, I'll just do freelance and just do what I want. And another said, "The BBC's mindset is sympathetic to the European Union. I'm sorry, we voted leave in 2016. Their bias towards remaining in the EU should have ended when we voted to leave, because that is what the public decided," and continually pushes an anti-unionist narrative as it encourages the breakup of the UK in revenge for Brexit. It's crazy, isn't it? "Oh, we didn't get our way, it's not fair, I want the whole country to break up, I want the whole UK to break up, that will teach them." Is that what they really think? We've stayed together for over 300 years. And we are doing quite well together, in my opinion. The fresh impartiality row exploded after Miss Sturgeon's appearance before Holyrood's salmon inquiry. Nationalist MP Mahari, I hope I pronounced that right, I'm sorry if I didn't, Black tweeted that the First Minister should not have been asked to apologise for previously praising her predecessor. And Miss Bowman 47 replied, "Well said, and if only the same amount of effort and reporting was addressed to Boris Johnson and the Conservative misuse of funds and to line their mates' pockets." And whilst I'm not saying that is or is not the case, it does seem she was taking sides there, doesn't it? While the First Minister was still being questioned, left-wing commentator Yanis Varoufakis, I'm so sorry, I probably did pronounce that wrong, tweeted, "I have tried to see what a real charge against Nicola Sturgeon is, but for the life of me, I am failing to see anything beyond minor issues regarding to whom she said what to whom in highly inconsequential meetings, where in the UK led by Boris Johnson." Miss Bowman retweeted the post along with the comment, "Exactly." She also retweeted a message from writer David Schneider, which accused the Tories of double standards. She is clearly against the Conservatives, isn't she, and Boris in general, and I'm not saying everyone else is on his side. However, as she is representing the BBC on her programme, she cannot be seen to be taking sides, really. In my opinion, anyone who is an employee of the BBC, or even if they're a freelancer who are currently working on a BBC show, whether they're an employee or not, should have to be made to abide by the BBC's impartiality rules while they're working on the show or presenting a weekly show. Because, as I said before, the public funds the BBC, and the public at home do not know that the presenter is either working for the BBC or a freelancer. They just see the face on the telly representing the BBC on the BBC programme. So that's why they really need to clamp down on this and change those contract rules, because otherwise I'm guessing this won't be the last Ofcom warning or action taken against the BBC by Ofcom. Anyway, let me know what you think. Here are some of my other videos for you to watch next. If you're a legend, click that like button down there, it really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.